Hello, Payong Musikero.
Mikey is the frontman of the indie pop rock group Ciudad that released their very first album in the year 2000. Their first single, Sipilyo, made it into the local rock charts to give them much recognition. Till now, Ciudad continues to independently produce their songs. Besides Ciudad, Mikey also has a variety of other music projects. He is also behind the band Hannah and Gabby and has done musical scoring work for the movies Saving Sally and Mari Hamora's Ang Nawawala. Listen and learn from his discussion about musical production.
What is music production? It's recording music, whether it's your music or someone else's, a client or a friend, anyone. It's executing ideas in your head or someone else's head into a piece of recorded work to be consumed and listened to by anyone you like. You can do music production anywhere, in your room, in a studio. You can even be mobile. And here's the thing, you don't need expensive equipment to be able to do music production. You may need to spend a little to start. If you take this career seriously, it will be a wise investment. So what are the things you need in order to be able to do music production? Number one is a computer. A laptop or a desktop will do. If you want to be mobile, then a laptop is recommended. Number two, a software or an app for recording, preferably for multi-track recording. Meaning you can layer many different instruments and performances on top of each other. I'm a Mac user, so the software that I use is Logic Pro X, which I bought for 10,000 pesos. But if you're a Mac user, you can also use GarageBand, which is built in your Mac, so it's free. Logic Pro X is actually just an advanced version of GarageBand. If you have GarageBand, yes, that is a good start. For PC users, there are a lot of options like Ableton, Cubase, Reaper. I'm sure there are trial versions of these, so feel free to download these and see what you like. Number three, you'll be needing a mic. Expensive mics are a plus. Yes, mics can be really expensive, but again, you can do music production without expensive equipment. My mic is just a simple condenser mic, which I bought from Lazada for 600 pesos. It's a BM800. 600 pesos. And I've recorded lots of jingles and lots of released material for Ciudad using this mic, including material from our latest album, Ciudad Forever. So it is very possible using a cheap mic. And number four, you'll be needing a recording interface. This is where you plug in your instruments, your mics, your guitars, with maybe a USB connection. It translates the analog signal into a digital one that the computer can read. Mine is an M-Audio, a cheap M-Audio interface. It has like two inputs. Now, if you're a solo artist and you record songs on your own, maybe one input is enough. In my case, I got two input just in case I want to invite a friend over and have him play and record with me at the same time. But yeah, one is enough. If you want to be able to record drums, you probably need more inputs. But I've recorded drums using only one input, so take note. Number five is a MIDI keyboard. If you're going to write songs yourself, this is essential. I mean, a guitar or maybe a ukulele and your voice is okay, but a MIDI keyboard like this one, it opens up a lot of possibilities. I mean, a lot of possibilities. You can play piano, play drums, strings, a horn section, a gospel choir, or different synthesizer instruments. I'm not saying that they're better than the real thing, but if you're recording from your home and if you want to think big and imagine your creation with these different instruments, then this is your best bet. Number six, obviously, to be able to hear your creation, you'll be needing a monitor set like this one. I have a small set at home, and or a set of headphones. I suggest you have both. I sometimes do recording and mixing with a headset at home, but it's also good if you have a pair of speakers. Rule of thumb for me, if it sounds good in both, then you're okay. Also, don't forget all the necessary cables to connect your equipment. Like I have my guitar cable, USB cable. You also need your mic cable with here. This is optional. Well, not really optional. Just you need to be able to archive your work. You don't want to crowd your computer's internal storage. The files generated by these recordings and projects could be huge. So yeah, it's important that you have an external hard drive. So that's about it. With all these things I mentioned, you'd be able to do music production from wherever you are, your house, your kitchen, your banyo. And a few more tips before I go. Number one is the gain knob in your MIDI interface. This is the gain knob. It's your friend. So when recording an audio track like maybe your voice or a live guitar track, make sure you adjust this accordingly. Before you commit to recording, make sure the signal has the right level. Don't make it too loud, and most importantly, the signal should not be distorted. So if it distorts, bring down your gain. Ang di okay is yung sumasabog. Sumasabog like this. So di okay yan. So make sure you adjust it accordingly. And second tip, when using a software for recording, you have to learn to play along to a metronome for a certain tempo. The recording software like mine, Logic, they usually have a grid that matches the tempo of the song. So you can easily edit, copy, and paste sections. For example, your client or you want this portion of the song, you want to copy it and put it in another part of the song. It's easy to do with a grid, and you won't be able to maximize the grid if you don't know how to play along to a metronome or a tempo. And last tip is save your work often. And that's it. Being a music producer is achievable. So go ahead and create your own music. Ako si Mikey Amistoso at ito ang aking Payong Musikero.